In their cozy farmhouse, Tank, a bulldog, and his best friend Shadow, a fluffy black and white cat, were listening to the TV. A serious news anchor barked, "Breaking news! President Bull plans to take over Greenland." The screen showed President Bull, a huge, orange-furred bull in a suit and red tie, snorting and stomping across a world map. Tank's old phone buzzed. It was Bjorn, his old friend, a wise, kind polar bear calling from Greenland. Bjorn said, "Tank, we need your help. This bull is moving in." Shadow jumped up. "A takeover, not on our watch. Time for action." They packed fish snacks, a jet-powered sled, and snow boots. The sled launched into the frosty sky, with Shadow navigating by compass and Tank howling with excitement. "This is like a dream I had last night." In Greenland, Bjorn was pacing up and down waiting their arrival. Arriving in Greenland, they land in a snowy clearing. The sled skids to a stop. Tank and Shadow, resting side by side, gaze over Greenland's sweeping snowy expanse. They are welcomed by worried Arctic animals. Seals, puffins, and Arctic foxes watch anxiously as the duo arrives. Bjorn approaches with a kind smile. He steps in with warmth and wisdom. Bjorn explains President Bull's ice hotel plan. Bjorn points to blueprints of a giant gold-plated ice hotel. Tank looks stunned. Tank frowned. "No one freezes our friends out." Shadow whispered a plan. "Time for some cool tactics." On a floating iceberg, President Bull's press conference is taking place in front of news reporters. He says, "It's going to be huge. Ice real estate is the future." Bjorn's focused team on one side and President Bull's chaotic press circus on the other. Bull dramatically points to a chunk of Greenland map, marked in gold letters. The Arctic animals watch in silent confusion as Bull says, "Mine." The Arctic animals murmur with rising concern as the spotlight dims on President Bull's proclamation. "That can't be legal." And, "Is he serious when he says Greenland is mine?" Tank disguises as a snow inspector. He walks towards Bull's podium and announces, "There's a zoning issue on this glacier." Shadow sneaks into the ice hotel, creeps across the marble floor. Hacking the sound system, plugs a fish-shaped USB into a glowing speaker panel. Bjorn's protest song blasts out. Suddenly, "No Moo in My Igloo" is heard across the hotel and outside. Puffins dance, seals cheer. President Bull looks confused and annoyed on his podium. A full Arctic celebration, polar bears clapping, foxes twirling, walruses dancing, and puffins soaring, all powered by "No Moo in My Igloo." Marching penguins hold signs saying, "Keep Greenland cool," and "Make ice nice again." Tank walks alongside them, wearing sunglasses. Shadow rides a reindeer across a snowy ridge and unrolls a giant banner that reads, "No Bull Zone," racing across the ridge beneath a bold blue sky. Shadow's heroic poster, now emblazoned with "Stand tall, stay cool," is ready to rally the Arctic in style. Tank rocks up with "March loud, wag proud," and Bjorn with "Wisdom over ice." President Bull slipped on a banana peel, lands with a thud near Tank. The crowd gasps, then giggles. Tank looks startled. Bull walks away, Coco and Hoof escorted off the glacier by tiny, determined puffins. Tank, Shadow, and Bjorn united in triumph as the sun sets over the glacier, surrounded by cheering Arctic friends. Greenland celebrates with fireworks over the ice castle. Bjorn hugs his old friend Tank. "You and Shadow are true Arctic heroes." Shadow is interviewed by Snowfox News. Tank, Shadow, Bjorn, and all their Arctic friends are captured in a celebratory farewell photo. A table of treats line the snowy square. Fish popsicles, snowberry pie, and frozen marshmallows. Boarding the sled at dawn, they fly home. Tank deep in thought, Shadow naps gently beside him and yawned. "Let's keep Earth weird, not wild." The Arctic animals say, "Freeze the drama." The Arctic animals settle back into a cozy, happy life and serve plenty of cocoa. Bjorn, waving with a wise, gentle smile as morning light rises behind him on the snowy ridge. Back at the farmhouse, a mysterious, glowing postcard arrives addressed to Tank and Shadow. On it, an image of a world map. Could this be their next adventure?